Okay, so this is Tie by the Tent. Welcome back. And we are on our way to the North Woods, or we're actually almost kind of there, to look at land that we're purchasing for camping, hunting, relaxing, all the good things.
We're looking at two parcels, two 40-acre pieces, different in price, but they're adjacent, so we'll kind of see what we want based on the availability of the loan that we've obtained. It's MFL land, which stands for,
It's managed forestry law land.
and that is land that is in a program in the state of Wisconsin. Other states have such programs, but it is to keep the trees from being clear cutted and harvested and turned into basically agricultural land because it's close to national forest land.
Right. So basically, you work with the forester. They do harvest the trees about every 10 to 15 years. You get a property tax, discounted property tax rate, and then when they harvest the trees, they then take them to a lumber mill or a paper mill, and then you get a financial kickback as well. So whatever you sell, then you pay your forester, your tree cutting company, and then they give you whatever's left,
Right.
essentially.
Now, it's not a clear cut. They go in and strategically remove a certain amount of trees based on the plan that the forester sets up. So it's removing some of the bigger trees to let the smaller trees, but it's not a clear cut, so it's not a devastation to the forest.
Right, and that's the point, is that it helps to keep the land, the younger growth growing and the older growth cleared out, so that the land is viable and sustainable, and it's just good from an ecological standpoint.
So why are we going 3+ hours north of our residence? Because that's where the land is available. If we wanted to purchase land closer to our residence, we could, but it would be a very small amount. We're looking, like 3 to 5 to 7 acres, which is not terrible, but we want the most for the amount of money that we have been given through the loan. And if we wanted large portions of land, like 40 acres near where we're at, you're looking at $3 to $4 to $600,000 for 40-acre parcels. That's within a few minutes to an hour or so from our residence in southeast Wisconsin. So we're going farther north because you can get more land for less money, and that's kind of what we've decided that we're okay with.
Yep. So you gotta make your decision based on things like that. So we'll be back with some more land stuff. Okay, so we looked at the land, and then we have some thoughts.
We looked at two parcels, two 40-acre pieces of land. They were adjacent to one another. The difference listing on them is $12,000. So we've got to talk to our buying agent and find out why one is $12,000 more than the other one. And in most cases, the final price that is bought doesn't necessarily reflect what is listed, the listed price. There's negotiations that go on. The first plot is all the land is on one side of the road that goes through this area, and then the majority of it is behind or beyond the state hiking four-wheeler snowmobile trail. Most of that's there. The secondary, and it's a little more hilly, got some more hills. The second plot that we looked at, or tract of land, that's 40 acres, it's more level. There is a few additional low-lying areas that have significant amount of water retention. They call them wetlands. They look like ponds, and they have a significant amount of water in them. So, and they're both in MFL programs, and they have both been what appears to be logged about 1999 because they are in 50-year programs, and you can see a lot of areas where they've went in there with those machines and pulled out the big logs and left these other ones to grow. So I'll match up, took a lot of video, I'll match that with the DNR site for the property, the wetland map, and the realtor map, and figure out what the best move to make is with our buying agent and go from there.
Yeah, so we're just going to think about it, have some conversations, compare the maps. And then I think we'll just decide what we want to do, keep looking, or make a purchase.
So we will keep you updated. Thanks for tuning in, and subscribe if you like this kind of thing.